are about a $5 billion company with 350 locations globally, 30 different countries, 35,000 employees, most of whom, 30,000 plus every day, go up to heights and do scaffolding, access, other industrial services like painting, coating, insulation, fireproofing, critical services for maintenance, new construction, infrastructure repair. If you saw the US Capitol Dome, that was an example of our type of work with some very heavy engineering. We rent the equipment and we provide the labor to conduct these critical services. In 2012, we had a fall that resulted in a fatality. And we had been a very safe company. You don't grow and thrive in this industry unless you're safe. And we had been in business for 75 years. He was doing it the same way he did for 35 years. But it was one element, one dynamic that was different, changed condition that he didn't note. There's a little doorway area you're supposed to go through in the scaffolding area to get you in. They call it a hatch or something. And he'd always jumped over the bars. And he said, it's quicker, I can just jump over. He's done it that way for 35 years. And he did that, but the bar was loose. So he came swinging out, he's hanging up by his hand, one arm, and fell. But he's a 35-year veteran. They said that's the way he did it all 35 years. And so, why didn't someone catch that, correct it? It's because he never fell to his death before, obviously. It shook me personally. It shook our company. We had not had a fatality in many years. And it served really as a wake-up call at the end of 2012. What more can we do within the company? And several months later, the first safety stand down and fall protection week, as we referred to it, was launched. And it was just absolutely perfect timing for us to focus the company on ways we can get better. It may seem counterintuitive that your most experienced workers sometimes are the riskiest. And that's because they actually have done it the same way for decades many times. And these are really good, experienced, well-meaning, driven workers who do a great job for us every day. But when they're in a pattern of doing something the same way, sometimes that's more difficult to train them on proper safety procedures and safety techniques and safety behaviors than it is a brand new worker. It's obvious. They've come in and for decades they've done something the same way and they've never had an injury. So they come in and all it takes is one change in condition that they didn't recognize. And doing something the same way as they've done for decades could result in a serious injury or a fatality. And Stand Down Week and the campaign gives us that opportunity to point these out and wake them up and have them for a moment look at it and say, you know what, maybe I got to challenge the way that I've been doing something for all these years in this industry.